Hello there! One of the really cool things that happened when I started dancing to the beat of chaos was so many people reached out and said, "Oh, that's so cool! I've been thinking about starting my own live thing on LinkedIn. I might reach out to you for some tips on getting the tech side of it working." So I thought, you know what? That is some easy content to try and get out to promote followers to my page. I mean, totally an opportunity to be good for the general community and show everyone else how you can join the miraculous world of LinkedIn live streaming. So I've set up a completely brand new VM on Microsoft Azure, and I'm going to show you from fresh machine, hot off the install line, how we can live stream onto LinkedIn. So first things first, as with any fresh install, is to download a proper browser. I mean, Edge has come a long way in the last couple of years, but I'm a Firefox man at heart. There's going to be a few awkward pauses in here, and the thing is, I'm not that good at editing, so you're going to have to put up with me awkwardly fumbling for words once or twice. So, the general premise of this video is getting started with OBS, Open Broadcast Software, and then streaming via Restream onto LinkedIn. It's a really simple process that will hopefully make a lot of sense to you. So, first things first we want to do is download OBS. You can either find it on Google, or there is a link in the description of this video. An important thing to note is you download it from the correct source, obsproject.com. As of recently, there have been quite a few instances of malicious users creating false versions of OBS, which include all sorts of icky malware. So if you want to avoid that, make sure you're downloading from the correct source. It's a really simple download process, as you've just seen. You need to choose your operating system, click the button, and hit next a few times. You should probably read the terms and conditions, but let's be honest, who actually does that on a regular basis? Oh, this is where everyone's going to shout out, "I do," and it's just going to be me here. Or what to say when the loading bar is ticking along. I guess we don't have to find out, as we're finished now. So OBS is an incredibly powerful piece of software, but also really simple to get started with and use. So on your first opening, you can see there's an auto configuration wizard. So you can follow this through, and it will lets you select settings which are best for you. And if you know you're going live on a certain platform such as Twitch, Restream, and there's quite a few others in there, you can select and set it up there in the first time wizard. But for that, we are going to create our scene. So the scene is what our users actually see. Something that's well worth practicing from the very beginning of your experiences with OBS is correct file naming. Well, not even file naming, correct scene and source naming, as when you're dealing with quite a few scenes and sources, having a good naming structure really allows you to navigate that. So what we're doing now is creating a very simple monocolor background, just to add a little bit of jazz to that boring blackness. Myself, I'm quite a fan of darker purples, so let's go with that just to look a little bit snazzy. Oh, and there we go, added our first source, but we want something with some flavour, right? What about a video capture device? So what this means is a webcam, or any kind of camera you've got connected, if you've got a cam link or if you're using the EOS software. But the downside of me being a lazy SOB and using a VM for this demonstration is I don't have any passed through Ethernet or any passed through cameras. So for the purposes of this demo, let's just use some static text on screen. So, hello LinkedIn. An apt saying if I do say so. Although let us go liver, maybe not quite so much. Going live sounds a little bit more fun. What's cool about OBS is there is a series of transformations and loads of different ways of making your content your own. So what we're going to look at is just how to easily center some content to screen. So what we just did there was center the background to screen, just in case there's any bits over the edges, and now moving the background to the bottom of the stack of items. Because sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to click onto text, just going onto the menu at the bottom and centering that as well, just to give us that little bit of cleanness and not just text thrown on a colour background, which, to be fair, this definitely is. So we've got our content and now we want to go live. What we'll do in practice when we're all set up is just hit the start streaming button down in the bottom right of the screen. As this is a fresh install, we haven't quite configured it yet. So what we want to do is sign up for a Restream.io account. This is a really cool piece of software which lets you take your live stream, push it to Restream, which will then split it out to a variety of sources that you can configure. So this is where you are going to see my amazing security practices and my definitely real email at gmail.com. And a generic password. I should probably blur that one out, but after conclusion of this video, I have changed the password and deleted the virtual machine in its entirety. So let's see if I can not be a robot. Might be a bit tricky. Beep boop. And there we are, signed up to Restream. There is a variety of plans which give you a wide range of different bits and pieces which you pay either annually or monthly for. Though if you don't select a plan, you will default to the free version, which lets you stream up to 2 sources, although it will keep that lovely Restream branding you can see on the top right there. So on Restream, you've either got the studio, so you can stream directly from the web platform, or my preferred option is streaming via OBS. It's a really simple click-through authentication type deal. So in OBS, in the stream settings, select Restream from the drop-down, and then when your underspec VM loads it, because you are, again, a cheap SOB and don't want to do top-tier hardware for a 10-minute demonstration, you can enter your email and password that you just signed up with, and it will connect everything behind the scenes. While you might see your stream key and your URL on screen right now, you don't have to use that complexity if you don't want to. So this is me completely forgetting my definitely real email and my super secure password. And it is as easy as that to connect OBS to Restream. So now we can go to the bottom right again and just hit start streaming, and that will be pushing whatever creations we make on OBS live to the platform. So when I've finished fiddling with this web page, let's see what that might look like. Brilliant stuff. So we are now streaming onto Restream. So if we go back to the platform, we'll see a little live window just letting us know we're live, and when the hardware catches up, you can get a real-time view of the audio and visual of what your viewers are seeing. But right now, we're just streaming to restream. It's not going anywhere. So what we want to do is stream to our platforms. It's as easily done as clicking a button for Add Channel and choosing the service you want, such as LinkedIn. Then, just like we did with our Restream account, it's just logging in via LinkedIn, and bish bash bosh, you are done. So, I'm not going to show this last bit because I'm thoroughly unprepared, but hopefully that should give you a brief overview of what it takes to go live in 10 minutes or less.